Okay, I'm putting a little more detail in this window. I selected all the edges around the outside of this window frame here and also on these corners there. And I'm just going to do a simple chamfer on that, like that. Soften that edge a little bit. And there we go. Let's add our glass into here by just making a rectangle. And I think I'm going to subdivide it a few times. So the glass is going to go right into this slot right there, like that. Let's place that. Extrude it. Turn it into an edit poly. Get it down to the right size. Right. Drag a little more. Drag it up to there. That's right in that little track there. And then we don't want it to be perfect glass, right? So we can divide it up this way by doing some connect. Maybe like that, and maybe like this. A few more this way. Now we can just add another noise modifier. Add a little variation to that glass. And this time we want it in the y-axis, right? No. X, no. Z, yes. So we need to scale it down, obviously, and then turn this way down. Add some really slight waviness. Let's make it just the slightest, 3/32. Just some slight waviness to that glass. Let's make this even smaller, like that. And there's some slight waves in that glass. Okay, that's perfect. Now we can copy that around. And just place that glass in its little slot. Maybe mirror this one so it doesn't match the other side exactly. Mirror it in the y-axis. Take this one. And let's mirror it in the x-axis. Okay, and then let's just copy those up. There's our window. Pretty nice. And now what we can actually do is just collapse all this to an edit poly, and then just go in and attach this glass. And just to keep it cleaner and organized. Okay, so there's one window, and the second window is coming right up here. And actually, yeah, that works. Actually, these would kind of overlap a little bit. But this is okay. We need to set this in this other track, which is where? Right here. We got to get rid of this thing that we used for our original sweep. Okay, so that window sits right in there. These should be slightly separated, and they are. Okay, so there's a one window, and we can copy again right to the other side. Let's isolate again. There's two windows. Yeah, let's cheat a little bit. This I want to be slightly larger in the Y direction only, so that these two overlap. So obviously when you scale it, it messes up your proportions and everything, but we're just going to cheat it real quick. Because this one, yeah, that one's going to sit just like that and overlap just a little bit. Select that whole thing, and we should have our window. So yeah, it should look more like that. From the back side, looks like this. Okay, there it is. And we could adjust that how we want. Right now, I think it's got a nice amount of detail. I don't know if it's totally accurate as to how that thing would be, but I think it's going to render very well, which is a big plus. Make sure that track is in there as well. Make sure everything's in the right place. It looks like it is. There we go. There's our window. Now, if we set up a camera, we're not going to get to cameras yet, but take one of my existing ones for my final project. Let's copy it over here and look through it at our nice window. There we go. That'll render real nice. Okay, so now if we're looking directly at the window, we have something very good to look at, a very nice model. Okay, and so even if we're looking to that part of the screen, now there's not just a big blank spot there, but we have this really nicely modeled window that should come in handy for us as we move forward.